So, grain smoothies taken care of. I got a long drive. I got to go all the way to Grand Rapids just to sell a few games. It really is a long drive because the outpay of selling games is only $100, but it's $100, so why not? And plus, I like traveling. Yeah, let's get going. So I realized that I left my debit card at home, and I'm really hoping that they have Apple Pay here, because if not, then I gotta go all the way back home, which is about a 30-minute drive. Please have it. I realize that I always forget my debit card and license wherever I go. I just need to get a wallet because that would make my life so much more easier. I just drove all the way to Grand Rapids to make this sell. Me and this guy talked about it last night, and that we're gonna meet here at the spot at the golf course. And he says he can't make it. That sucks. I'm not even mad that the guy didn't show up. More hats. It's the fact that I wrote him in the morning and he told me okay. So that's what makes me mad. Like, if you go and promise somebody something, like, yo, I'm gonna be there, especially if you're driving 2 hours out of your way just to sell something and then they don't show up, like, that's the most frustrating thing on earth. Got another box. It's literally just more hats. I'm starting like a little hat collection. In the room that I'm gonna show you guys once it's done. Once it's complete, once I get everything set and stone in there, I'm gonna show you guys what's in that room. But as of right now, it's just a hat collection that's going on. And yeah, let's get going to practice now. Just to clarify a few things. The guy didn't show, obviously. Drove all the way to Grand Rapids for nothing. Left my debit card at home so I couldn't play golf while I was there in town. So it was pretty much just like an hour and 45-minute drive wasted is what I did. However, somebody did end up buying it, and I ended up shipping it to them to Chicago. So, I mean, it was a win in the end. I'm not going to be mad. I'm not angry over this. It's just a life lesson learned to probably make sure that they're going to actually come before I go somewhere far. Back to the vlog. So I always feel weird coming in here because there's like nobody downstairs and everyone's upstairs. Notice that I still toe the ball, but when I actually stop when I get right here and rotate my body a lot faster through to where like my body's more open, I make solid contact almost every single time.
What's the biggest part of your game you want to work on today?
Still want to work on ball strike.
Okay.
Being that, you know, sometimes I still consistent with hitting it off the toe. I still want to eliminate that as much as I can, because I feel like if I need to hit the draw or hit it straight, I can do it. But if I'm not focusing, like I say, if I'm not really paying attention to like what I'm doing, like on the shot, like it's just unbelievable. Like it's right there every single time when I hit the ball.
Yeah. Let's spray that face.
Right in the middle. Yep. Like I said, I notice when I turn, like when I get to the top, because that's the only thing that I have going on mine right now, is when I get to the top, if I don't rotate my hips and body through before that club comes down, I will toe it every single time.
Setup looks 100% better though.
Yeah, like I said, I forced myself, because I kept on going back to that, but I was like, no, it's like if I'm uncomfortable, that means I'm in the right spot.
Right. Be busy Sunday.
Right up the middle again.
Ball striking's pretty darn good.
Mm-hmm.
Low point control's pretty darn good. What we gotta do is make sure we're only curving it one way.
Yeah.
Right? And you wanna draw the ball. So the way we draw the ball is getting that club head, and let's say the bottom quarter of that shaft behind your hands in that downswing.
Okay.
And I'll show you a video in a second, but what you'll tend to do is work your hands will roll your arms.
Mm-hmm.
So that club gets pretty far behind you. And in that downswing, we end up looping this way. So, and I'll show you on that video, you'll start to see that club head gets even out in front of your hands to on your hands. And your hands are high. Your hands are trying to save it, trying to keep the club inside, let's say inside behind your hands. And that's where we can get some of those low, right, words we don't say. Go ahead and sign up for me. I'll kind of show you what I'm looking for. Easy. So if we roll those arms, you're gonna know it right away because we're gonna hit that cone. If we can start to work hands in, kind of right over from your perspective, right over your right ankle, and that club works out. This is, I would say, the feel we're gonna generate. It's gonna force a couple things. It's gonna force your body to turn a little bit more. Because if your body gets lazy, that's no good out there. We wanna be able to work in with the club head outside of your hands. And let's say shut's not a problem. If we're here, we're in some deep trouble. I'd rather have that club face pointing down a little bit. So, just give me a few backswing rehearsals.
I want to avoid that, right?
Yeah, we want to feel this way. So that club head should be able to work well outside of that. Yes.
Should I hold it just the same way too, coming down?
Because that club is going to loop. If we talk about force or how heavy the club feels, if I stand the club up, the club feels light or weightless. If I hold that club this way, the club feels heavy. Well, think about it this way. If we're holding that club, hold that club just like this for me with your left hand. Good. So if we just hold it there, eventually it's going to start to feel heavy, right? You can feel a little bit of burn in there. So naturally, if we get into that position, we're going to want to do what? Make the club lighter. I want to go from light to heavy. So go ahead and set up for me. Hands in. Notice how your right arm kind of stays on top, your right hand stays on top of your left. That's going to be a big key for you. Because your tendency is to do what?
Come back.
Yeah, your left arm and your left hand get on top and that club is way behind you. This is where it feels heavy, we reroute it. So we're going to work that rerouting the opposite way. Let's grab, let's go 46. Really slow, really short. So that club is almost, that shaft's almost going to point towards me.
Is this where it should be for my left arm too?
Correct. Yeah. Now, can you see yourself in the mirror?
Yes.
Okay. Watch your shoulders. Keep a hold of the golf club. What's it do?
It like stays, does it say tuck in and then rotate out?
Shoulders get much more, let's say, of an incline or right shoulder's much higher than your left. Versus if I do this, now your shoulders are what? Horizontal front. And we should be in that position. So we can get to here, we'll just set the club and swing through to your finish. Nothing too big, look just like this. Backswing, set. That pace, that speed. Yeah, do it again. Good. Yeah, feel that loop. Correct. Nice and slow. Segment it off if you need to. Yep. Set. Under. Correct. Excellent. Really good. Alright, I'll show you what this looks like real quick. Lines, let's say, in order to hit a draw, that club's got to operate somewhere within that corridor. You can see we kind of go from under it to over it.
So I still gotta get under it.
This is where you were at screen left.
Oh, okay.
Here's the last golf swing you made. So boom, clubs outside of your hands versus screen left. It's very different off the bat, but watch what happens. Now you're right there.
It stays behind me and up.
And screen left. This is where you were.
That's a really big difference.
Yeah, it's just looping the other way, right?
Yeah.